The saddest thing about dogs is that they never tell you what they're missing. They just keep loving you anyway, day after day, year after year. Most owners believe they're giving their dogs everything they need: food, shelter, affection. But according to animal behavior experts, there's one deeply important thing that many dogs crave their entire lives and never fully get. Once you understand what it is, you'll never look at your dog's eyes the same way again. Let us start with your eyes. Among dogs, a hard and fixed stare is not love. It is a threat. In their world, looking straight into another dog's eyes and holding it there is a challenge. It is the kind of thing that comes right before a fight. Trainers and vets have known this for a long time. A stiff body, a frozen face, and a hard eye are often the last warning a dog gives before they bite. So when you crouch down, grab your dog's face and stare deep into their eyes to show love, your dog feels something very different from what you feel. You feel close. They feel cornered. Now here's the part that will surprise you. There's a kind of look between you and your dog that does the opposite. It is soft, it is slow, the eyes are relaxed. There is gentle blinking. When this kind of look happens, a hormone called oxytocin rises in both of you. It is the same hormone a mother and baby share. Researchers in Japan studied this and found that the longer dogs and owners shared this soft gaze, the more their bonding hormone went up. They did the same test with wolves raised by humans. The wolves did not show this loop. It is something dogs grew into over thousands of years of living beside us. They literally evolved to look at us with love. So the same eyes that bond, you can also threaten a stranger. The difference is not the eyes, it is how hard you look. This brings us to the guilty look. You know the one. You come home, find the trash on the floor, and your dog gives you those low eyes and folded ears. You say, he knows what he did. But a researcher named Alexandra Horowitz tested this with 14 dogs. She found that the guilty look did not show up because the dog had done something wrong. It showed up when the owner scolded them. In fact, the saddest finding was this. The guilty look was strongest in dogs who were innocent but got scolded anyway. Your dog is not feeling guilty. Your dog is afraid of you in that moment. Now back to that quiet moment at the start of this story. The check-in. Your dog wanders over and stands close. Dogs treat their owner as a safe base. They move out, explore the world, then come back to read to you. They use their nose to do this. A dog's sense of smell is so strong that they can pick up changes in your body, your mood, even your stress, just by being near you. When your dog comes to check on you, they are not being needy. They are gathering information about the person they love most. They are asking, in their own language, "Are you okay today?" When you reach out and pet them right away, you interrupt that. You hijack a calm moment and turn it into something else. There is even research showing that the more an owner uses fast, busy petting on a dog, the higher the dog's stress hormone levels go. We pet our dogs to calm ourselves, but sometimes the dog was already calm. Sometimes the dog just wanted to read the room. Let them finish checking on you. Let them sniff. Let them stand there. When they are done, they will tell you what they need next. Now we come to the hardest part of this story. The part most owners do not want to hear, but your dog needs you to hear it. Dogs have a language, a real one. A Norwegian trainer named Turid Rugas spent years watching dogs and listed more than 30 signals dogs use to say, "Please, I am uncomfortable. Please slow down. Please give me space." The signals are small: a quick flick of the tongue across the nose, a turn of the head, a long, slow yawn when nothing is tiring, a lifted front paw held in the air, a freeze, where the body just goes still for 1 second. The whites of the eyes show in a curve, what trainers call whale eye. These are your dog saying no. And here is the heartbreak. When owners miss these signals, the dog learns something terrible. The dog learns that no one is listening. So the dog tries louder with a growl, a lifted lip, or a snap. Each time, the warnings get bigger because the small ones were ignored. In the United States alone, around 4.5 million people are bitten by dogs every year. About 800,000 of those bites need medical care. The highest rates of injury are in children between 5 and 9 years old. The bites are most often on the face because a small child's face is right at the height of a dog's mouth. And here's the part that should stop every one of us cold. Most of these bites do not come from strange dogs. They come from dogs the family knows. Dogs who were warning and warning and warning in a language no one had taught the humans to read. A dog that bites, almost never bites, without warning. They asked first. They begged first. The bite was the last sentence in a paragraph nobody read. But there is something even sadder than the dog that bites. There is the dog who stops asking. In the 1960s, 2 researchers studied what happens when an animal learns that nothing they do matters. The dogs in that early study, which would never be allowed today, eventually stopped trying to escape, even when escape was right there. They had learned to give up. Modern research has found a gentler version of the same thing. Dogs trained with harsh, fear-based methods become measurably more pessimistic. They expect bad outcomes. They stop reaching for good ones. The saddest dog in the room is not the one snapping. It is the one who has gone quiet, the one who used to ask and does not anymore. So how do you make sure your dog keeps asking? You become the same person every single day. There is a study from Sweden where researchers measured stress hormones in 58 dogs and their owners over a full year. They tested hair samples, which show long-term stress. They found something amazing. The stress levels of the dogs matched the stress levels of the owners. And it was not the dog's personality driving it. It was the owners. The dog mirrored the human. Your emotional weather becomes your dog's climate. This does not mean you have to be calm every minute. No one is. It means your dog needs to know what to expect from you. The same voice, the same hands, the same rhythm in the morning, the same good night at night. Dogs do not need a perfect owner. They need a predictable one. You are the one constant in a life they did not choose, and a world they cannot control. Being steady for them is the greatest freedom you can give back. There is one more place you have probably been getting it wrong: the walk. To you, a walk is exercise, a loop around the block, a box to check before dinner. To your dog, a walk is the morning newspaper, the evening news, and a love letter all rolled together. A bloodhound has up to 300 million scent receptors in its nose. You have around 6 million. The part of a dog's brain that handles smell is, by share of brain space, about 40 times larger than yours. When you drag your dog past a lamppost, you are pulling them away from the headlines. Researchers tested this. They had one group of dogs do quiet sniffing work for 2 weeks. Another group did the same amount of walking, but with no chance to sniff freely. The sniffing dogs became more optimistic. They moved through life with more hope. That is how powerful using their nose is. It is not just exercise for the body. It is medicine for the mind. Slow down on the walk. Let them stop. Let them read. The walk is for them, not for you. And the way you talk to them on that walk matters too. Researchers in Hungary trained 13 dogs to lie still in a brain scanner. They found that dogs process the meaning of words on one side of the brain and the tone of your voice on the other side, just like humans do. But the reward center of the brain only lit up when a kind word was said in a kind tone. Your dog is not just listening to what you say. They are listening to how you say it. A loving word in a flat voice does not reach them. A kind word in a warm voice lights up their whole world. When the day ends, give them quiet. An adult dog needs about 12 to 14 hours of sleep a day. Many dogs do not get this because the home is too loud, too busy, too full of activity. Dogs who sleep poorly show more behavior problems, more reactivity, less patience. Sometimes what your dog needs is not another walk or another game. It is permission to rest. So here is everything your dog has been waiting for in one breath. Soften your eyes when you look at them. Let them finish checking on you before you reach out. Learn the small signals they use to say no and honor them. Be the same steady person every day. Let them sniff the world on the walk. Speak to them with warmth, not just words. Give them quiet when the day is done. They gave us their whole short lives. The least we can do is learn to listen. Just remember your dog has been waiting their entire short life for the version of you that is always the version of you. Not the perfect one, just the one they can count on without checking first. Because a dog who can count on you is a dog who can finally stop watching you. And a dog who can stop watching you is finally free to just be your dog. If any of this changed the way you see your dog tonight, tell me in the comments at which part of this landed the hardest for you. And tell me which one of these things you are going to start fixing first when you wake up tomorrow morning.